month's meeting minutes?
Look good to me.
All right, seeing any, do we have a motion to approve them without reading?
Move.
Motion from Tim and Peggy seconds, and all in favor? Aye.
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 Thank you, Bernie. Appreciate that. As always, let's go for relatively quick comments from our guests. Let's see, Wendy, would you like to start today?
Sure. It's not much. Just wondering if what I went for the dumpsters. Thankfully they have a new home, so we only have one company, and Gunner's been giving them notes, so they are finally putting the dumpster in and closing doors, at least down here. So that seems to be better. And the other company got another new home somewhere in town, I know. And then I was wondering if there's any word on the tree works, because last month I had mentioned a dead tree, so I didn't know if anytime this summer any work might be done on trying to at least get the branches off of above building 6, and just any other plans for things that might happen during the summer. That's it. And Riverwood, of course, later.
I think so. Let's just make sure that for Westbound that we just address tree issues as you guys do your reports.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Wendy. Cindy, any comments?
You're muted, Cindy.
I'm back. It's just that AT&T tells me that the tower over here, they're down one tower, and the other tower they're working on, and this has been going on since April. So really the cell service here is horrendous. But anyway, they gave me a credit because I called. Anyway, I just want to tell you, Scott, I know you saw the pictures of the holes I showed you that they had made in the ceiling and the walls to repair the air conditioner. I have to tell you that Gunnar and Geo have been here, and it's flawless. You would never know that there were these huge openings in the wall and the ceiling. The job is just amazing. It's just flawless. I couldn't get over it. So I just want to say thanks for that.
Sounds good. Glad it was taken care of, and certainly before next week, which
yeah. Praise God.
Finally.
Thank you, everybody. Takes a village.
That's it. All right. So reports from Westbound.
Sandrita, are you there? Can you do Canaan Parish?
She's here. She's muted.
She's muted right now, Rick.
Sandrita, can you unmute?
Maybe she isn't there.
He was. I spoke to her a few minutes
He
ago.
was there, yeah.
Maybe she has AT&T.
Well, I'll give you an extremely high level, and that is that there is nothing remarkable going on at Canaan Parish outside of same things that were going on last month, which are things like the window projects. Other than that, I'm not aware of anything that is pressing or problematic other than routine items. So I think we're in reasonably good shape at Canaan Parish. We did submit the reports. I don't know if everybody got a chance to take a look at them. If you had any questions about
Chandrita's on now, Rick.
Here.
Chandrita, how did you do?
Hey, Chandrita.
Okay. Hi, how are you? How everybody? I just have one resident here. So we're just finishing up. For Canaan Parish, we have one vacant 3-bedroom unit, S201. We are working on turning that over as we speak. We also have a couple of AC issues with N203 and N412, which Thompson Control was out. It appears that we're having a UV leak. It's in the coils. So we actually gave the residents portable ACs for this weekend because it's going to be really hot. So each unit has about 3 of them in there so far. And then we had the elevator out. Coney was here for the south building. It was stuck on the 3rd floor. We believe it happened because maybe someone may have was holding the elevator and it tripped the sensor. So that's what they're saying. So we're asking residents not to hold the elevator because it can trip the sensor. We also had our annual inspection from the New Canaan Fire Department. They were here actually Tuesday. And we had the pre-inspection done on Monday. So everything went well with the fire department inspection. And our quarterly pest control will be on June 26th and June 27th for both north and south buildings. I have a short report this month. For compliance issues, we are having a problem with Eversource. We have one resident here that has not had an electricity bill for 4 years. He has electricity, but no bill. They can't find the meter. They're saying that it's stocked. Actually, they have it, but they don't have it in their system. And they've been out here several times. So we just got an email saying they're going to come out again. They came out again and they haven't followed up with us yet to see what they're going to do. But as for the resident, they're going to continue to provide him with electricity, but not go back 4 years to charge him. So he just have
That's
electricity. He's
great.
the only one in the building, in the whole complex. He's the only one.
So
So we
the question I have, Chandrita, we've questioned the size of the electric bill that Westmount's paying. Wondering why we're not getting a better return on the solar. And I'm wondering, do you think his is being billed to us?
We asked that question and they said no, it wouldn't be billed to us. It would, and if anything, it would be from the common areas they were saying. So they said they're going to do a little bit more research and get back to me.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
That's it. We just updated the shelter in place list too for the south building. We only had the north building with the fire department at the time. So we updated it with residents who may have trouble getting out in case of emergency. We added a couple of more people to those lists and updated the north building also. And provided that to the New Canaan Police Department and Fire Department.
Okay.
That's it for Canaan Parish.
Keep going. Sorry.
Okay, and I can't see, but I'm assuming Amy is not there, correct?
No, she's
Right.
not.
Okay.
I can run through
So,
her report
Here.
real quick.
Yeah, Alec, would you mind running through her report? 'Cause I don't have it in front of me. I'm in the car.
Sure. So basically the biggest piece that at Millport is that she's down. Amy's down to only one vacancy, and it's actually the recent vacant. It's just 2B. The rest of them she filled up, so I congratulate her on doing that. Looks like we have extermination set for September 4th and 5th. All the residents will get notices ahead of time via Callmax, and I'm sure she'll also put up notices on each of the doors, as well as sprinkler system inspections. Looks like that's going to start on the sprinkler will start on Monday, August 19th.
They don't
And
need to do mine. I just want to
No, that's probably the ones for the mill apartments. Is that what you're thinking?
this is
Most likely, yes.
yes, the townhouses is what it's for. I believe.
Well, the actual townhouses. Oh,
So mill, yes, mill.
Yes, mill.
yeah.
Correct.
Okay, because townhouses don't have that. Well, only one does, I guess. Only building one, and then it's four. Yeah, no, 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah, building 33 we know works. So if people get the joke.
Hopefully
Okay.
they all work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Right.
we're good over here in 33.
Thank you.
Next up, another item to note is that we'll eventually get a emergency box for the fire department to be able to access to get basically to store keys into. It just never they never built one. Or installed one, I should say, on the side of the clubhouse, or really, I think they should be on each of the buildings. There should be extra keys for them to access. So we're in the process of doing that. And that's mostly it. We're also Scott. Yeah, I know you saw the email from Ann, but we're starting to get the that rent increase going back to 2021 handled
For
for
the rad units.
the rad units for Millport Phase 2. Um, and
Which,
that
don't get too excited, amounts to a hill of beans, like
yeah,
$12 a year.
What?
yeah.
That's the difference.
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
And that's mostly it.
And then to answer the question about the trees, that's on me. I'm a little delinquent in following up on that, but I'll make sure that we talk with our landscaper, Love Your Home, and get that on the schedule.
All right. Are they able to cut down a whole tree? Is that
Yes, they are. They are.
okay? Thank you.
I have
Sure.
a comment, if I may make it, on the report for Bill Millport. First of all, the power washing about mold on buildings. I noticed that on the mailbox kiosk near Building 6 is also full of mold. Now you can't power wash that, but it can be cleaned by hand, but it has to. It's very moldy.
Okay.
That's a simple thing, but you have to look into it.
So,
The
so
other
I
Bernie,
thing about
technically
clearing
it's
the trees
mildew.
will also help with that.
getting
Those will
the
help with the mold
cherry
situation
picker for the
in the building.
spring is almost over. So when are we going to get the cherry picker?
Yeah,
Millport.
I've been talking with the contractor, trying to get him scheduled for power washing, so we'll get the cherry picker to coincide with his arrival for power washing.
Okay.
Same guy we used last time.
And would that be a summer project since there's no
Yeah.
meeting next month? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Bernie, technically it's mildew, not mold, just
Right.
under marketing.
Big difference.
Under marketing, and it's and if you do the with a good power washer and a bleach solution, typically you can get progress, but you are right that once it really kind of sticks, sometimes you got to get the elbow grease in there in order to
Right.
knock that sucker out. Okay, and any other like paving issues, any other fun things we're dealing with out there on either project?
I believe
Nothing fun or interesting, no.
Fun?
All the good stuff. Okay. Quick report under Riverwood. We continue to struggle a little bit in order to, get it all filled up. We're working on that. We've got to go ahead and, we're gonna have to dip into a little bit of our interest reserves in order to make that up. We're doing some pricing exercises there in order to see what we can change. One thing that's interesting is in the HB 5002, which is the disaster bill from
Oh, God.
they actually have inside their rules that one of the 3 line items inside of the 90 some odd page long bill is that you're no longer allowed to use pricing algorithms in order to set rents. And what happens now is that all property management companies use algorithms in order to help sort of adjust rents and maximize occupancy / revenue. And literally all of them do that. And the state's going to outlaw that, which means that everyone has to go back to doing it kind of by hand, which just makes it wildly less efficient and will cause more issues, but just a fun one for that. We'd had a couple of issues with some people were complaining about some stuff over at Avalon and how things were looking. And, Tim and I and David went and we toured the whole property, and we're very happy to report back that it's like, it actually looks nice. So, I mean, there's obviously work to be done there. We're definitely getting hit with some maintenance issues. One of the issues, which just bringing up toward everyone, that in the government's wisdom last year, they accelerated the adoption of new refrigerants inside of AC compressors. And as such, you're no longer allowed to sell new compressor. You can no longer manufacture new equipment that uses the old type of refrigerant. And the reason for this is that you cut down on the greenhouse gases, but the disastrous part of it is that you got to redo all of your HVAC equipment, which is, I don't know what the carbon footprint of doing that is going to be, but it's rather huge. So we're suffering over at Canaan Parish again under some of that we're we got instead of like repairing some equipment, we got to replace it. And that's not as much fun, to say the least.
Oh, God.
I mean, at Riverwood, Scott.
At Riverwood, sorry.
Yeah.
Scott, how many vacancies are at Riverwood? Market rent and affordable? Any?
Well, as of right now, we don't have any affordable units, period.
And the
That'll be
market rate?
changing over the next several months. And we've got in the neighborhood of 20 market rate units.
That are vacant?
Yes.
Well, I know some people may want to move in, so I'll let them know.
It's definitely worthwhile to get over there. It's worth it.
What size units do they have?
We've got all three sizes.
And what's the breakdown of the rents? Because I have a whole bunch of people keep coming over here where I don't have anything for them.
There might be a summer. We'll tell you what. We'll go ahead and we'll get the price list sent over.
Thank you. Appreciate that. This way we could try to help each other.
Yep. Nope. That's always a good thing. Tim, did I miss anything important on Riverwood?
I don't think so, Scott. Just the capital repairs keep popping up, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And the woman who's been in charge of leasing there since we took it over is now on pregnancy or
Maternity
just
leave.
had a baby, so she'll be out for a while.
And Tim, did we get a new person over there yet, or they're working on that?
I hope they anticipated.
It was fully predictable.
I honestly haven't seen anything to that effect. The more senior people took responsibility for putting out this week's management report, the kind of the recurring management report we get for the leasing meetings.
Yeah.
So I think she's taking a more active role right now.
Got it. Anyway, that's Danielle, right?
Danielle. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Scott, but
Do we have anything else for public discussion? I mean, we can hit on the H2, sorry, for just a minute, just talking about if anyone hasn't been following the HB 5002, it's just a catastrophe of a bill, and our lawmakers ought to be ashamed of themselves for how they did it. I mean, to go ahead and go from a 12-line bill to 90 pages and put it out there with a vote 24 hours later is, I guess that's democracy now, and that's just the way things are done in these giant omnibuses. And there's things inside there. It's all additive to 830G. It does introduce the basis for fair share. And then there's a whole lot of other permitting issues that just become as of right. There's no longer subject to any review. So as far as like our 830G strategy, I think we still have to defend against H30G, but that's only, we're now getting attacked from, we're being encircled. And so no idea as to how all that comes together. The governor has not yet signed it. But we're hoping that he doesn't. And if he doesn't, that's great. We get another 2-year reprieve.
If he doesn't veto it by next week, it'll automatically go through. He has to veto it.
I forget, does he, if he doesn't sign it, it goes
14 days after it
or
was
is that a
passed by
pocket veto?
that house, he has an opportunity to veto or leave it alone. If he leaves it
There's
alone,
not
it
a
goes
pocket
through.
veto.
Pardon me?
There's not a pocket veto. If he doesn't sign it, it just dies of its own.
Right. It's not a pocket veto. No, it will not be. It'll go through.
I think Bernie's right. I think it's the opposite of the federal system with the pocket veto. It's contrary.
Great.
Scott, just a quick question on it, but there's no affordable units. You're not gonna have them for a while, right?
We're gonna start having AMI units, so area median income, which are substantively higher than the state median income, but they are lower than market rate.
Okay, and when do you think that's gonna happen?
We're gonna start probably doing some of those units in the very near future.
Okay, and will they reach out to the people who they put on the wait list?
It's a different type property, so yes, they will reach out to different people, but because of the AMI and because of how it's structured, it's not handled the same way as, say, Millport or Canaan Parish.
Meaning what, Scott?
Under Canaan Parish and Millport, they're under different financing rules. So how the projects were financed, we have to go through the typical housing authority wait list process. Whereas because of how this one was, how Riverwood was financed, it's a slightly different process. So we're still going to try to follow as best we can, but I don't think we have the exact same restrictions on it. And so, which is good, because unfortunately with a wait list, it's something that plagued us for a decade at Millport. Once somebody goes on a wait list, you can't rent out a unit until you get that person off the wait list.
Right, okay.
So this adds for a little bit more flexibility on that. But anyone that's gone on the list, we're going to try to contact them and get them interested and see if it can work for them.
All right, thanks, Scott.
Yep. Okay, so any other stuff for the public side?
I think that's it
Chandrika?
for me.
Chandrita, I have a question about the garden. Is everybody fully occupied and fighting over their tomatoes? I know we added two beds.
We did. We only had 2 fights so far, but it seems like it's the elderly that are fighting because they want the whole box to themselves. Maybe
Yeah.
next year we can get like a divider, like to divide the space because one person has more space than the other. And that's that's what the fight is about. They like saying, you can't have this much, or I'm taking this because I'm planting 5 things and you only planting 2 things. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
we worked
Like
it out.
get a little fence to go down the middle.
Yeah, like something to divide it, like this is your space, this is your space, this is your space.
Oh
Like
my,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad it's a great feature. By the way, how's the playground going over at Canaan Parish?
We have kids there. We also have court kids that come over also, and in the basketball court too. So it's occupied mostly after school and between 6 and 7.
Yep.
So those hours.
Okay. Okay. Anything else for public side?
Don't think so.
All right. Seeing
Thank you.
none. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you,
Thank
Cindy.
you.
You guys
Have a
can
nice
jump off
summer.
for a minute.
Okay, you too, Wendy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. Any reports from Westmount?
Okay.
Got it.
Returning from executive session, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the
I'll
motion.
move.
Tell you what, we're going to give Bernie the right to do the full motion.
Move.
Okay,
And,
I
Peggy will go-
move.
Peggy, second. All in favor? Aye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Enjoy your summer. Enjoy your
Thanks.
July
Enjoy
4th.
summer.
Good night. Bye, everybody.
too.
Bye-bye.
Everybody.
Bye-bye.